Bonjour les Français. Aujourd'hui, on discute le verbe être. Être, c'est un verbe super important et un peu irrégulier. Numéro 1, la définition d'être. Être en anglais means to be. We use it to explain en français the location of people and things. Par exemple, where are you? I'm in French class. Okay, so talking about where people are as a location. Aussi, être is really good at explaining what people and things look like. Adjectif. Okay, so describing. Are you tall and blonde? No, I'm short and brunette. You should know en français, être est irrégulier. Être is irregular. Remember the rules for changing an ER verb? Oui, that you drop the ER and then you add the right ending depending on the subject you're working with. Être, unfortunately, does not follow the normal rules. It is annoyingly independent. So think about a friend who just totally doesn't follow the rules. Être is that way. Its forms don't look like être in most cases, so you'll have to memorize the forms. Désolé. If we think back to when we did the Play-Doh example, this is the original verb, être, to be. Here it is in its Play-Doh form with no changes made to it. Nobody's used être yet. When we give the verb to different people, it really changes for each personne. Note the forms on your own papier. Je suis. Je suis. And that U-E combination like oui or huit or juillet that you know. Tu es. E-S. Il or elle est. E-S-T. Note that these are really similar. They're both pronounced the same way. A, almost like the letter A on anglais, but that there's a slight difference in spelling. Un, de, two letters in tu, un, de, two letters in A. I don't know if that'll help. Nous sommes. S-O-M-M-E-S. Nous sommes. Vous êtes. E, accent circonflexe. T-E-S. Vous êtes. That one's the closest to looking like être. Et finalement, ils ou elles sont. S-O-N-T. Well, at least that's kind of familiar because this resembles the E-N-T ending that you're used to. Just a smidge different. Ici, je suis, I am. Tu es, you are. Il est, he is. Elle est, she is. Nous sommes, we are. Vous êtes, you all are. Ils sont, et elles sont, they are. Pas difficile. You just have to remember all of the different forms, and there's only 6. Since être is great about talking about locations, these are some places that you might want to jot down that you can use with être to say that you are in these places or that other people are. Ici. Ici. Here. Là. Là. There. Watch out for the accent in la. It really needs it in order to be used for there. À Paris. À Paris. In Paris. You can substitute any city name. So, à New York. À Minneapolis. À Farmington. En classe. En classe. In class. En vacances. En vacances. On vacation. Au café. Au café. At a café. Au restaurant. Au restaurant. At a restaurant. À l'école. À l'école. À l'école. At school. À la maison. À la maison. At home. Et voici les autres. Here's some more places to be with être. En France. En France. In France. Au cinéma. Au cinéma. At the movies. Au gymnase. Au gymnase. In the gym. À la bibliothèque. Bibliothèque. In the library. Au labo de science. Au labo de science, in the lab. That works out really well if you're doing a science lab. If you're talking more of like a computer lab or a different work lab, you can just say au labo. À la cantine. Cantine. In the cafeteria. Et voici les exemples pour vous. Je suis en vacances. So you take your sujet, your être verbe, and one of those places to be, and you fill them all in. Je suis en vacances. I am on vacation. Sophie est à Chicago. Sophie est à Chicago. Sophie is in Chicago. Nous sommes en classe. Nous sommes en classe. We are in class. You can also make it fancy too and ask questions. Pourquoi est-ce que Quincy et Medoro sont au gymnase? Why are Quincy and Medoro in the gym? Est-ce que vous êtes au labo? Est-ce que vous êtes au labo? Are you in the lab? Et finalement, Lucille, Azula et Esperanza sont en classe de maths à 9h30. You can make it super fancy by adding time. Lucille, Azula, and Esperanza, they, all of those girls, are in math class at 9:30. I want to add here, s'il vous plaît, a note spéciale pour les Français 1 that we've been working pretty consistently with tu and vous as subjects. Both of them do mean you. Tu is you for one person. Vous is you all, or more than one. But en France, French and other French-speaking countries, French-speaking people place high importance on politeness and manners. There are certain times when it's more appropriate to use vous for you to be respectful, even if you're only talking to one person. I'll show you some samples. Just to remind yourself that when you use tu, the general rules en français are that you're talking to a person who is your own age or younger. And you have to kind of judge visually if you think that that's an appropriate choice. When you're talking to a family member, it's okay to use tu because those relationships are close. It's okay to use tu aussi when you're talking to a friend your age because it's a little bit less formal. You should use vous when you're addressing adults that you don't know very well. Aussi, you should probably use vous to address adults in a position of authority, like if you happen to be in a French-speaking country studying abroad, you'd want to use vous for your teachers. You'd want to use vous for a host family until you got to know them better. Okay? And vous is always a safe bet to address people just a little bit older than you that you don't know well. If you start off using vous to be polite, often French-speaking people will invite you to use tu once your relationship has turned more familiar. Ici, tu means your relationship is informal. It doesn't mean it's not respectful. It just means that you know each other well enough to be casual. Vous basically means that you don't know the person very well, okay, or that they hold a position of authority or respect. Par exemple, you would always want to use vous with police or emergency personnel if you possibly can. Okay? You want to do that with teachers or religious leaders. And also, for maybe most pertinent for us or most likely to happen, is store clerks and restaurant servers. When we travel, those are often the people that we interact with, and we want to make certain that we're polite to them by using vous. The bottom line is the safest thing to do is to use tu only if you're familiar with the person, like friends or family, or definitely people who are younger. For everybody else, it's safe to assume that you can start with vous. If after you're comfortable with those French-speaking people, they invite you to use tu, you can feel free to do so, but let them make that move. Ça y est, c'est fini. Merci beaucoup pour étudier être et tu et vous. À bientôt.